Don't prosecute the nurse, please. She's only trying to help. There are no nurses. If they were not mixing or drinking and being the science student that they are in terms of drinking alcohol and filling their system with alcohol, the tetanus and antibiotics, and of course, why would it not be high? You went to do a show for General Bitters. What does General Bitters do for you? Do you drink General Bitters and you are normal? So let nobody begin to think of victimizing that nurse. The people we should be prosecuting are the least. See, let me tell you something. I told all of you that are calling for justice for Mohbad the other time, I told you something, and I asked you simple questions that you have not answered. Instead of looking for how you will shut down Naira Marley, how about those people that make it possible for Naira Marley to become Naira Marley? Those are the people you should be looking at. I asked that question the last time. I didn't get an answer. But look at what has happened now from the investigation of the police, official investigation now. The truths have finally come out. Some truths, at least, not all. From what the police have said now, it's like the most culpable person now is the nurse. But is it the nurse that should be the most culpable person? Yes, the nurse gave Mohbad injection, according to the investigation of police now. And from what we're told by the police, after the nurse gave, what's her name again, sir? I've forgotten her name.
The nurse? The nurse. Oh, Ogidingbe something.
Yes, one Ogidingbe. After she gave Mohbad the injection, what we're told is that Mohbad started reacting immediately. People are quick to say that this nurse is a quack nurse. But let's not forget something. In this country where we are in, I am told that there are only 24,000 doctors, trained doctors in Nigeria. 24,000. The figure of nurses I don't have, but I can assure you it's also as inadequate as the number of doctors. Now, I am told that out of the 24,000 doctors, it's only about 12,000 doctors that are effectively available in Nigeria. Now, ask yourself this question. Is it not the same Nigeria that we are in where hospitals actually train auxiliary nurses? And these auxiliary nurses are trained to do one thing, to care for patients, give injections and all that. And over time, these nurses, in fact, no doctor knows how to give injections as much as nurses, truth be told. So no matter how good the doctor is, you still need a nurse to give the injection that he or she may prescribe, right? Over time, these nurses now pick up some few things here and there. They can give injection. That we should not wish away. In the case of Mohbad, the nurse was called. Before we jump to conclusions and say, oh, it was the injection that the nurse gave that killed Mohbad, we should ask ourselves some questions. The nurse gave, from the report now, and this is not me now, from the report of police investigation, the police said that the nurse gave Mohbad tetanus injection, ceftriaxone, which is antibiotics, yes, and paracetamol. Now tell me, on a normal day, the first question you should ask is, why is it that the nurse brought tetanus and antibiotics? It is because of the same report that police told us of what happened at the show, the General Bitters show, where Mohbad's vehicle or convoy was blocked and he was agitated. From what Primeboy said, because Primeboy was in the Prado Jeep they said he rented. From what Primeboy said, and for Primeboy to be in that private Prado Jeep, it means that Primeboy was really close to Mohbad, because even Mohbad's manager was not in that Prado. The driver of that Prado was probably the person they rented the Prado from. Then Mohbad was in the car. Next to him was Primeboy. Next to him was the wife and their 5-month-old son. And you ask the question, who even takes a 5-month-old baby to a 9 p.m. show that is General Bitters? Who does that? But that's the question for another day. For Primeboy to be in that jeep means that he was really close. Now Primeboy said that he had a disagreement with the wife, which was trying to caution him, and Mohbad got angry. Remember, the police also said from the investigation that Mohbad at this point was already high. It's the police that said it now. And of course, why would he not be high? You went to do a show for General Peters. What does General Peters do for you? Do you drink General Peters and you are normal? You'll be high. And because it's the General Peters show they were doing, he will be high from General Peters.
Not just General Bitter, all that drink.
And of course, it's not just going to be General Peters. Mixed. They will mix all kind of things. You know now, science students. They will mix all manner of things. NSC, whatever. They will mix all those kind of things. And when you drink those things, what do you expect? You'll be high. Which corroborates the statement made by Primeboy and the report or the investigation of the police. So he was high. And again, another thing Primeboy said that the police also corroborated is the fact that his convoy or their convoy was blocked, and Mohbad was angry that they were blocking his convoy, and he wanted to get out, and Primeboy again told him not to get out because, according to Primeboy, corroborated also by the police, there were a lot of agberos around, and Primeboy was concerned for the security of Mohbad. Now look at what happened. They had an altercation because Mohbad felt like Primeboy was trying to disrespect him, I guess, asked him to leave his car. An altercation ensued. Of course, when people are high, altercation will ensue. From what the police said, Mohbad wanted to hit Primeboy, but he missed and hit the glass of the Prado Jeep with his hand. In fact, the police showed a picture of the hand. People of God, when you hit something as hard as a glass of the Prado Jeep, which the police said the Prado Jeep was damaged, what will happen to your hand? And in fact, the police said that the hand was not, the car was not only damaged, that Mohbad was bleeding immediately. He should have been taken to a hospital, but he was not taken to a hospital. And you and I know that when you have those kind of injury and you don't treat it, the next morning is when you begin to feel the pain. If not even next morning, 30 minutes, 1 hour after that time, you begin to feel it, because when the blood clots, that place will now begin to swell. And if you don't burst it, it will begin to swell, and you begin to feel pain. It's normal. And then somebody came and said it is charm
drink.
It is not. Now, if he had gone to hospital immediately, and this is not my word now, the police said he would have been treated, but he didn't. Why didn't he? He got home. And rather than go to the hospital, he wanted his own personal nurse to come and treat him in his house. Because according to the investigation of police, Mohbad refused to go to the hospital. Now, I would have thought that the wife would have been able to pressure him to go to the hospital. But from what Primeboy said, obviously that altercation was still simmering, and the wife decided to probably go and chill off somewhere. And the husband was chilling off and drinking all manner with his friends and manager, the likes of them spending. All manner of things would have been mixed, that they were drinking alcoholic, right? Now, upon refusing to go to the hospital, the pain will still be there, because the more it stays untreated, the more the pain will increase. Mohbad could not reach his own private nurse to come and take care of him. Spending has to call his own nurse, which is this nurse in question now. And of course, this Ogedengbe lady was told what happened. That was why she brought tetanus, antibiotics, and paracetamol
to treat infection.
To treat the infection and the wound. On a normal day, Mohbad would not have reacted to the tetanus and the paracetamol. That is one thing many of us are not paying attention to, because it is easy for us to just say that, oh, Mohbad was given injection and then he reacted and then he died. But the question is, since the police have said that the injection that Mohbad was given is tetanus and antibiotics and paracetamol, those are not things that people will react to, that they will die. Except they had all manner of alcohol in their system that the nurse was not aware off. And of course, she wouldn't know. She didn't do a blood work before she would give them that tetanus. If they were not mixing or drinking and being the science student that they are in terms of drinking alcohol and filling alcohol with filling their system with alcohol, the tetanus and antibiotics would not have resulted in a reaction. Now we need to take note of this, because it is easy to just scapegoat the nurse now and say, oh, she's a quack. No, it's easy for us to do that. Another thing we should also take note of is this: we should not also blame Mohbad, even though not 100%. We can blame it to some extent. We should not also blame Mohbad for not going to the hospital, because you and I know how long it takes to treat common malaria in the hospital. Common malaria, minus the money you will spend, which is humongous. Many people do not have the patience. I've been to a hospital before where somebody has malaria, the person is shaking like this, and they ask the person to go and pay. I'm even talking too far. Olorunfemi greatness here. That died from one chance. She was bleeding and they said, go and bring police report. That's the hospital or healthcare system that we have. And of course, Nigerians have now formed a habit of getting private nurses to come and give them injection when they fall sick. Number one, it is cheaper. Number two, it saves them the time and stress of going to a hospital. So we should not also blame Mohbad 100%, even though I would not submit myself to treatment in the house. Sometimes I've even done it. But we should not also blame Mohbad. It is the system. I said it. Rather than looking for Naira Marley to blame, even though it's also culpable, based directly or indirectly, based on the evidence that's out there of bullying. But the people we should be looking at is the people who made it possible for the Naira Marley to be a Naira Marley in a country like Nigeria. The people who made our healthcare system as horrible as it is, that people have now formed a habit of getting private nurses to treat them because of the amount of money and the time it takes to get such treatment in the hospital. So the people that we should be prosecuting, according to what the police have said, they have passed the files to the Department of Public Prosecution for possible prosecution. Don't prosecute the nurse, please. She's only trying to help. There are no nurses. The people you should be prosecuting are the people responsible for the poor healthcare system in Nigeria. And I'm talking about Tinubu, Buhari, Goodluck Jonathan, Obasanjo. Yaradua would have fixed it. They didn't allow him. And all the leaders in Nigeria that failed to fix our healthcare system. Governor Sanwoolu and the governors before him that failed to fix. Those are the people that we should be prosecuting, because the primary responsibility of government is welfare and security. So if they have failed to provide a healthy healthcare system, they have failed in their duty to provide welfare. So they are the ones that have made Nigerians now to form this habit of getting private nurses to treat them. That same habit is why Mohbad refused to go to the hospital. And the private nurse came to treat what was described to her, which normally would have been okay if Mohbad and his friends have not filled Mohbad's system with alcohol.
And alcohol and those injection does not go well.
Alcohol and injection do not go well. So when they say, oh, Mohbad reacted to the injection, what you should be asking is, why did he react to anti-tetanus? Why did he react to antibiotics? Alcohol. So the lifestyle of all these artists should be looked into. Because when I always say it, these artists, celebrity, influencer, what influence do they have on our youth? Are they influencing our youth to become engineers? Are they influencing our youth to become inventors? Are they influencing our youth to solve problems? No. The influence they have on our youth is how to drink alcohol. The influence is how to prostitute. That's the influence. How to bet, to gamble. That's the influence they have. So we should look at it. These are the things that are responsible for Mohbad's death. And while we're talking of Mohbad's death, Mohbad is a celebrity. Yeah. Olorunfemi greatness was not. The justice that Mohbad deserves is not as much as the justice that Olorunfemi greatness deserves. And the justice that both of them deserve is not as great as the justice that the average Nigerian out there who is poor deserves, because of the bad leadership that the so-called leaders of Nigeria have been providing. And I don't blame the leaders too, because the people are also culpable. We get the leaders from amongst ourselves. If somebody did not enable a Tinubu, he will not be president. Yes, he induced somebody with money. The person also has a right to refuse to take that money to rig the election for him. So let nobody begin to think of victimizing that nurse. The people we should be prosecuting are the leaders that failed Nigeria, that gave us this rubbish healthcare system that we have. You don't know how ugly the healthcare situation in Nigeria is until you go to a hospital. That's a story for another day. But for now, I take God, take Beguna, takeaways from this. There's so many takeaways. Please, when you do a police report, follow through. Don't say police will not act. Police will act. It is many of us that actually don't follow. If you follow through with your complaint at the police, you will get result. If you don't get it at the police post level, you will get it at the command level. Sorry, at the divisional level. If you don't get it at the divisional level, you get it at the command level. If you don't get it at the command level, you get it at the national level. You will get it. All you just need is to make sure that you have your evidence intact. If you have evidence, you will get justice. Even the judiciary that we're talking about, if you have evidence, incontrovertible evidence, you will get justice. Yes, you will get justice. You say, okay, fine. Oh, did they give us justice at the tribunal? Yes, we could have gotten justice at the moment that I'm hoping we'll still be able to get. We could have gotten justice at the tribunal if we went there with, if we provided evidence, which I'm hoping we did, because I saw all the evidence that was taken to the tribunal. So except those evidence that were taken to the tribunal did not include the polling unit results, then it means that we did not. So if we had that evidence and we collated them, and we are able to show for each of the 176,000 polling units our own results of our own polling unit agent, and we collated it, and it gave us, okay, Tinubu was given 8.7 million votes, yes, and we tabulated our own and saw that Tinubu did not get to up to 8.7 million votes, and we tabulated it and saw that, oh, Peter Obi got 10 million votes. We present that evidence. It's non-controvertible, and that way we get justice. When you take your justice to the court, your evidence to the court, you will get justice. And that's why people go through a lot of trouble to destroy evidence, which is also a crime. But if you have your evidence and you protect it, then you will get justice. Let's stop this thing of just throwing our hands in the air and giving up. The time to arise and wake up for Nigeria has come. Please don't sit back. You saw what these Jehovah's Witnesses used to do? The time has come for us to begin to do that. Let people volunteer, and please join the League of Patriots. Let people click the link in the description to join the League of Patriots. We need people who will now be going out to distribute this message, to talk to people about why they need to be patriotic, to stop Japa. Because all of this, I have said it, the problem of Nigeria, all of these leaders that are doing all these things, giving us horrible healthcare system, giving us horrible educational system, all of them are doing it because of the enablement of the foreign powers. The problem of Nigeria is made in US, it's made in Europe, and until we make sure that the problem, they are not able to manufacture Nigeria's problem in Europe and in UK and in US, the problem will continue. And for us to do that, we need our people's eye to open. The time has come for us to look beyond this APC PDP thing, a Labour Party thing. The time, because I took a friend to a hospital 3 days ago. He's a staunch APC supporter, staunch Tinubu supporter. In fact, this person, I don't want to reveal some information, staunch APC supporter, but he was met with the horrible nature of Nigeria's healthcare system. He needed a cardiologist he couldn't get. It didn't matter whether he knew Tinubu or whether he did not know Tinubu. He has been supporting Tinubu and shouting Tinubu, but the fact that he could not, at that moment, he almost lost his life. It didn't matter whether he was supporting Tinubu. You can always say it. There are victims of the failed policies so far, the horrible policies of the APC. There are victims across all sides. There are victims in APC, there are victims in PDP, there are victims in Labour Party, and even all these three put together. There are victims that are not even in many of them. So all of us need to come together to solve this problem. And the first thing we need to do is to make sure that it's impossible for the problem to be manufactured in Europe and in America through the IMF and the World Bank. Once we do this, then we can now begin to solve our problem ourselves. Japa is playing into the hands of what these people want. They want us to japa to them. They want us destroyed. Do you know that as you are japaing to their country, they are japaing to Nigeria? They are coming to Nigeria, the same Nigeria that you and I say is not working. They are coming to come and do what? Take our resources and go. They want us to leave so that they can find it easy to come and take our resources and go. So let us stay and make it difficult for them. Let's fix this country and let's look at how to fix it. Join the League of Nations, League of Patriots. Join it. I beg you.